Did you know that 844 is only 20% of CBE? Did you? Now, this helps us question and wonder why CBE looks different, and why CBE is a way better curriculum when you compare it to 844. So there are five elements you need to look out when you're trying to understand CBE and trying to navigate it. So the first thing that you will notice is that in CBE, our learners are still sitting in the classroom, they're still learning the way they used to. We mark books, we give work, we give direct instruction. That is still happening in CBE, and it's a major component of the curriculum. But it's not the only component, although that was like 100% of what really 844 was. Then you'll see that number two, there is project-based learning, that in all the learning areas, there are various projects that are going on. You can see them in the textbooks and you can see them in the curriculum designs. So that is the second element, the projects that our learners are doing together, they're doing individually, they're doing as a class. All right, so we're going to see that. The third element that you see in CBE is ICT integration and the digital competence coming in. So that essentially tells you in CBE Senior School, a digital device is actually, so because of ICT integration and the digital competence, we have ICT as a standalone support subject that we are covering, and then we have the digital competence elements across all the learning areas. And so I also want to help you understand how best then can we assess ICT? That means then we should be able to support our learners to develop digital learning portfolios across the learning areas. That's the best way to be able to assess the digital competence and ICT integration. Then that means we need to talk to our parents, and as a school, we need to adjust our mobile phone policies. Our laptops needs to come back into the classroom. So someone asked, so not all schools have a digital device, other schools do not have, these resources. CBE is a curriculum that says this: if there is no mobile phone in that community, let the only mobile phone in that community be found in the classroom with this learner. If there is no Wi-Fi, let Wi-Fi come into the classroom with this learner. If there are no digital and electronic devices in that community, then we need one in the classroom. And as teachers, really, I hope we will not overlook this, because one of the things we need to understand is that the learners in our classrooms are really different compared to us. Their first language, most of us are older grown adults. The first language we spoke was our mother tongue. But for these young people, their first language was, digital language. That's why you find a child barely 2 years, this child can speak, but if you give them a digital device, they'll go to YouTube and they will show you what they were thinking. So that's their way of communication, all right? So that means as schools, we should sit down with our parents, with our stakeholders, and find out how do we avail digital learning resources in the classroom. We are still the same communities that come together in the spirit of Arambe and build churches and other social amenities. We can actually build our classrooms and provide the resources that our learners need. Then the fourth element in CBE is the community service learning subject as a subject on its own. And then you can see community service learning in our learning areas. You can see it in the curriculum designs, in the textbooks. So why is community service learning important? It's at this point that I need to stress one thing. You see, when I say I'm a teacher and I'm a curriculum specialist, that is not a trophy I hold. That's a mark of service that I've been trained, and luckily 17 years now in the education sector, I'm certified to engage in the curriculum and in education. So every career that we have is a mark of service. These titles, teacher, curriculum specialist, they only find meaning when I'm serving people, when I'm teaching young people, when I'm talking to the communities like this, that's when being a curriculum specialist and teacher comes to play. So it's helping our young people go out and use the skills they have, the knowledge they learn in classroom, to solve community problems. And when handling community service learning, my advice to teachers and to schools, could we please have it as a subject where learners learn community service um, within their pathways, so that a scientist in STEM can use their science knowledge to try solve community problems. Social sciences, arts and sports are such like things. Then the fifth element that you need to look out for is the pre-career engagement in CBE Senior School. That's the fifth component. Why? Let's remember that CBE in senior school actually starts pathway aligned. So if your child went to senior school without pathway alignment that's clear and subject selections that are very clear, you are doing a major disservice to that child. All right. So in senior school, you'll see even in the learning areas, we are bringing in the pathways. We are bringing in career guidance. There's a lot of career engagements with the professionals within the chosen pathways for the learners to keep exploring further. Then we have pre-career engagements through job shadowing, internships, especially for people in the technical learning areas. Because also remember that CBE is supposed to lead into sorry, dual certification. Okay. So I've told you about the five elements that you need to look out for when you are engaging with CBA, and these will really help you as a senior school teacher who is now just starting to engage in CBE. So my name is Andre Sabuga. The contacts to reach me on WhatsApp are there. So I am a curriculum specialist, a senior school teacher, and I'm a grade 10 parent. And I've walked the journey of CBE for the last 5 years, and I'm here to simplify what you need to learn. So this is the second of 30 videos that I'm going to do in the series of senior school CBE transition. I hope they'll be helpful. Now, how do you move forward to accelerate your learning in CBE? Reach out to me. I'll send you what my course looks like. Every Monday from 2 to 4, I usually have a pre-training meeting where you can ask all the questions that you need to ask. You can come to that meeting even if you have not bought the session. After the meeting, then once you need to continue, we send you the learning materials so that you prepare. Classes go on Wednesday and Thursday from 8 to 4 p.m. Okay, you can come, ask questions, and let's learn together and move very fast and align our school system. That frustration you're going through is not worth it. Okay, I suffered so that you have it easy. In 2 days, you can master CBE. Talk to me and I'll let you know how. So I wish you all the best as you continue navigating. Look out for my third video in this series. Cheers.